Hello everyone, my name is Amna from your loving school KPS Convent. I am your assistant teacher. As we know, we are dealing with coronavirus, so we have to take some precaution, that is to stay at home and be safe. We are locked on till 14 April, so school are closed and your new session has started, but we are at home due to lockdown. So KPS Convent School has taken an initiative to educate you in your home because we value your time and education. So we are providing you online digital classes that you will utilize your time. So let's just start. So today we will start our session with history, and this is our book Pearson Mypedia. So let's get started. So this is our first chapter of history in grade 6, that is an introduction to history. Before starting the chapter, it is essential to know about the objectives of this chapter. So in this chapter we have objectives like importance of traveling, meaning of history, sources of history and timeline. So our first topic is importance of traveling. Traveling is important because we get to know about the people of other countries, their culture, lifestyle, customs and practices, and the climate of that place. So, here is a conversation of Shreya and Arjun about their experience of traveling outside India. Arjun went to Japan last month, but he could not just understand their language, nor he liked the food. He just traveled and enjoyed the beauty of colorful streets and tall buildings. But other side, Shreya went to Spain for 10 days this summer. She interacted with the local people, picked up their language and tasted their food. So we can clearly see that there is difference between Shreya and Arjun traveling experiences. It is because there are two types of traveling, that is active traveling and passive traveling. Active traveling is the one where we not only look around the place but also study its culture and learn something from it. Passive traveling is the one where we just visit different places and enjoy ourselves without engaging with their culture. The history of a place is greatly influenced by this trend of traveling and exploration. For example, the history of India would have been different if the British would never have been arrived and established their rule. Now next subtopic is meaning of history. So what is history? Here I am going to show you a video which tells you about history. After that we will discuss it further.
Understanding history. What is history? History is the study of past human activities. Thus, everything that happened in the past is history. Events that are happening now will later become part of history. Therefore, it is important for us to study the past so that we are able to understand the future and better it. Just imagine, you also are now making history. A person who studies and writes about the past is called a historian. They put the events of the past in chronological order. That means they write down about events in the order in which they occurred. Thus, years are an important part of history.
So there are two types of history. First, prehistory. The period before the availability of written sources of history is called prehistory. Second, protohistory. The time period between prehistory and history in which the transition took place when written records become available is called protohistory. Sources of history. The records of past events are known as sources of history. There are two types of sources of history: archaeological sources and literary sources. Now we will learn about archaeological sources. The archaeological sources that are often used by archaeologists to reconstruct the past, that is monuments. Ancient buildings or structures with historical importance, such as temples, tombs, palaces, mosques, and forts, are called monuments. These give us information about the religious practices as well as the social and cultural life of the people during the time they were built, reconstructed, repaired, or altered. For example, we have given Taj Mahal. Second, inscriptions. The written records on engravings, clay tablets, copper plates, stones, pillars, or walls of temples and other monuments are known as inscriptions. Third, artifacts. Artifacts refer to human made objects such as ornaments, pots, seals, and tools. Fourth, fossils. Fossils are the remains of dead animals or plants such as bones and skulls, which became hard and turned into rocks. Last but not the least, coins. Coins provide us with valuable information regarding the period of region of the rulers and the economic condition of the kingdom. Now, second type of sources of history is literary sources. In it, we have language. In order to access the literary sources of history, one has to understand the language of the text. Language vary as the per region of origin of the text. Some of the common ancient languages are Pali, Prakrit, Sanskrit, and Tamil. Next is manuscript. The earliest handwritten literary records were called manuscripts. These were written on palm leaves, bark, or birch trees and on paper. Third, religious literature. The scarce literacy sources, which are the Veds and Purans, contain hymns, prayers, and instruction for religious rituals and practices of ancient times. Fourth, non religious or secular literature. Non religious or secular literature consists of historical accounts and biographies written by poets and foreign travelers. Such writings provide a detailed account of particular kingdom, its rulers, and his or her rule, the economic condition, administrative system, social organization, religious beliefs, and cultural practices. So students, next topic is timeline. I'm going to show you a video. After that we will discuss it.
This is the timeline. The point marked 0 indicates the birth of Christ. Thus, before Christ or BC refers to time that occurred before the birth of Christ. Thus, the Roman invasion of Britain by Julius Caesar in 55 BC was 55 years before the birth of Christ. Anno Domini, or AD, refers to time after the birth of Christ. Thus, 700 AD, which marks the invention of gunpowder by the Chinese, is 700 years after the birth of Christ.
So, the time frame of any event is crucial for the study of its history. The works of historians and archaeologists are classified according to the time period. This time period is divided into Before Common Era, which we call BCE, and Common Era CE. BCE refers to the time period before the birth of Jesus Christ, and CE refers to the time period after the birth of Jesus Christ. The arrangement of historical events in a sequence, one after the other, as per the time of their occurrence, is called chronology. And the geographical representation of these historical events is called a timeline. Thanks for watching. For any query, you can contact me on this number. We are always happy to help you. So take care, goodbye, and be safe, stay at home.